Hey guys, this is Jessica with CFit Studio for yet another one of our trainer talks. This time we're going to briefly talk about what you should avoid with regards to the ingredient list on a lot of the foods you may be buying. There's a lot of information out there. Sometimes it can get pretty confusing, but I want to kind of just shorten some of that information down for you for some absolute ones that you should try to avoid in your food. Firstly, you really want to try to eat a lot of whole, raw foods. Think the perimeter of the grocery store, not in the aisles. Most whole foods, good foods, real foods would actually have about 5 ingredients, maybe a little less, and they should all be pronounceable. You should know and recognize what they are. So when you do go into the aisles and you do buy those boxes of food, definitely make sure that you're reading the ingredient list on almost everything you're buying. Don't just stick with the nutrition facts. So here are a few of the things that I really want you to try to avoid, and there is a lot of information on them, so I will be glancing away. However, we've got carrageenan, I always don't know how to say that, carrageenan, brominated vegetable oil, hydrogenated vegetable oil, BHT, guar gum, and caseinate, and I'll tell you why. So carrageenan, bad. It's a thickening agent. A lot of times you'll find it in various foods, but you'll even find it in your toothpaste. I found it in my toothpaste the other day. What it is, it's a red seaweed, which by itself is not too terrible, but once it gets processed with the alkalis, which actually inhibit your body's ability to absorb things, it causes issues like IBS, ulcers, and colorectal issues. Sounds fun. All right, the brominated vegetable oils, also bad. That's an emulsifier from corn or soy. Both of those things are very genetically modified. And then it's mixed with bromine, which is an industrial flame retardant. It's banned in Europe and Japan, and what the brominated vegetable oil is linked to is skin lesions. We've got nerve disorders, memory loss, behavioral and reproductive problems, endocrine issues. You can't really absorb iodine as well as you're supposed to. I don't see that one a lot, but it is in a lot of citrus flavored sodas, so if you're a soda drinker, we'll talk about that other, but just keep an eye open for that. Hydrogenated oils, that is just a fancy name for trans fats. Basically, it is a fat turned into, via a processing, into a semi-solid. So Crisco, you'll see on like its label, it'll say no trans fat. But the thing is the actual whole thing is a trans fat. So try to avoid the hydrogenated oils of any kind. Your body does not know how to process them, doesn't know what to do. Inflammation increases, heart disease, obesity, dementia, a whole bunch of bad stuff. BHT is a preservative. We all know it from the water bottles that we keep in our car. It is a preservative also. It's also known as a jet fuel and an embalming fluid. And it is linked with liver damage and is known as a human carcinogen. Another one is guar gum, also bad. And I raised this because it's in a lot of gluten-free foods, and because gluten-free is now not only something that people are doing out of necessity, but it also is being done out of choice. It is very easy to consume a lot of this stuff, and maybe in little minor doses it's not too terrible, but in a lot it can be linked to really bad GI issues. Overall, it's a thickener, so just keep an eye out for it, especially if you do a lot of gluten-free foods. And then the last one, caseinate, again, bad. This is not casein, which is one of the proteins in milk-based products, so don't get confused with that. It is the protein that's treated with a whole bunch of different processes, one of which is very, very high heat with the alkalis, again, which inhibit your bodies to absorb vitamins, and it destroys the protein, creates MSG, which is a whole nother issue, and causes indigestion problems, allergies, food-based and otherwise, and you can increase your risk of colon cancer. So all those things, we got 6. Again, it's carrageenan, brominated vegetable oil, or BVO for short, hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats, BHT, guar gum, and caseinate. Try to avoid those 6. Again, use the ingredient list, not only the nutrition facts, and kind of know what you're putting in your body. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. We've got a lot of information that we can provide for you. So just reach out, we'll have a discussion, we'll help you kind of choose the best foods for you. Thanks, guys.